And welcome to Wellness During the Holidays 2020 edition. I'm Danielle Webb, and I'm a school social worker at Livingston Collegiate in New Orleans. This quick presentation is going to be for educators to address some of the changes that we might be experiencing during this holiday season, but also to give some tips on how to manage your overall wellness during the pandemic. So the way that we're going to approach overall wellness is through the health triangle. The health triangle is composed of three different parts: physical, social, and mental. Okay, so physical. You guys may have heard some of this before. Aim for 30 minutes of moderate physical activity every day. Get 10 to 30 minutes of sunlight. Those with darker skin may need more time, and that's because the melanin in darker skin takes longer to absorb sunlight. Diets high in sugar and saturated fats can suppress dopamine. If you're on a health kick, you can eat whatever you want during this holiday season. Moderation is key. In our culture, we overeat a lot. And so as long as you're sticking to moderating how much you're eating and paying attention to what's on your plate, I think you'll be fine. Boost your mood naturally. This visual shows oranges, avocados, nuts, bananas, salmon, green tea, chocolate, leafy greens, blueberries, and yogurt. A lot of these foods can increase serotonin and dopamine levels. They also reduce stress and inflammation. Social. Adjust traditions or create new ones. So adjust your traditions to meet CDC guidelines or create new ones during this holiday season. I found a lot of people saying that this was the best birthday that they've had, the best anniversary that they've had, just because this pandemic has forced us to be very creative, the way that we approach our events, or to really just slow down. Be okay with saying no. Be okay with hearing no. So during this time, the way that we approach social interaction is going to be different. Some people are comfortable and some people are not. Everybody's comfort level is very different. So be okay with saying no. Also be okay hearing no, because others' health decisions are not yours to make. If you're going to be spending a lot of alone time during this holiday season, utilize Zoom calls, utilize FaceTime calls, also Facebook events. If you go on Facebook, you'll find all kinds of events ranging from virtual events to social distance events. Mental, my favorite part. If you're traveling, before you leave home, create a stress-free environment for your arrival. So I like to sometimes clean, wash dishes, wash clothes, just so that when I get home, I don't have 1,000 things to do. Don't neglect your calendar or agenda. Now, if you've got everything done when you go on break, perfect. But if you don't and you have things to tend to, spread them out throughout your break or try to get them all done before your break starts. That way you can come back and you don't feel stressed and overwhelmed because you didn't do anything on your agenda. Set realistic goals. I used to love saying, oh, I'm going to do everything over Christmas break and it'll be fine. And then at the end of break, I found myself disappointed because I didn't reach my goals. Don't set unrealistic goals. Make sure you set realistic goals and give yourself a break, because that's what you deserve. Also, eliminate anything toxic, anyone that is going to be toxic to your mental and emotional wellness. And you might say, well, how am I going to eliminate a person? It's a great point. You just need to set boundaries. So set boundaries with people so that when you are tending to someone else's needs, it's at your discretion and that you feel okay and you feel like you have enough to give to someone else rather than feeling like you're completely drained and you have nothing left to give, because that's not setting anybody up for success. Okay, and the last part, this is for my CA employees, this quick tidbit. There's 3 free counseling sessions if you call that number below, and it's included in the insurance. If you want to take a different route and find a therapist on your own, here are 5 things to consider that I got for therapy for Black girls. How important is it that your therapist match you in characteristics like race, ethnicity, gender, presentation, or sexual orientation? If you're a part of the LGBT community and you want your therapist to be accepting of that community, maybe have worked with that community before, it'd be great to look online and look up the profiles of the therapists that you have in mind and see what type of communities they've worked in and see what type of experience they have. What type of personality works best for you? Are you looking for your religious or spiritual beliefs to be incorporated into therapy? Do you want your insurance benefits? So some people might want their insurance to cover it completely. Some people may have found a therapist that they really feel comfortable with and don't mind paying $50 for a session. Are you clear about your therapeutic goals and you want to achieve in therapy? You don't need to know everything that you want to achieve out of therapy, but it definitely does help to know something. So if you struggle with depression and anxiety, you might look up a profile of a therapist who says that they work with their clients on how to manage stress and anxiety and depression. So it might be good to have like a general idea of the type of things that you want to work on if you want to narrow down your options in choosing a therapist. That's all for me. I'm Danielle Webb. I'll leave my email address. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Other than that, happy holidays.